Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, everybody. You just tuned into another episode of Confidential. I'm your host, Konrad Row. Well, this is Motivational Mondays. This is Motivational Monday. I don't know if you need to hear this. I don't know if you need to hear this. If you want to hear it, tune in. If you don't want to hear it, keep on moving. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, that is my motto. You know, it's really up to you if you want to tune in. It's really up to you if you want to tune in. What's up? It's really up to you if you want to tune in. You know what I mean? If this is for you, tune in. If it's not for you, you know, you can keep on moving. What's up, Instagram? What's up, Facebook? So, get some people. Yeah, what's up, Stash? I'm gonna invite some people in. We could talk. Invite some people. Invite some people in. What's up? What's up? This is going to be about foundation. Foundation. What's your foundation? What's your foundation? We're going to talk about the product. We're going to talk about approaching your approach. I mean, if you really trying to, if you really like, okay, if you starting off a business or something, or if you just want to just get ahead, we're going to talk about foundation. Okay, foundation. As soon as I can share this. What's up? League. What's up? Lark side league. Yeah. I mean, like, you're going to want to hear this. Like, whether if you passing through, you know what I'm saying? If you passing through, you just taking a peek, you're going to want to hear this. If you passing through, come back in about 3 minutes, because I'm about to start. So it's about foundation. What's your foundation? It's about that. And if if you're not sure about what your foundation is, you're going to want to hear this. You're going to want to hear what I got to say today. You're going to want to hear what I got to say today. You're going to want to hear it. I'm telling you. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's all it is. Just 2 minutes. All right? What's up, Instagram? I see y'all chiming in. Instagram. I see y'all. I know y'all coming in and out. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. That's what Motivational Monday is all about. So, okay. Alright, okay. So let's talk about foundation, right? So I bought a dictionary with me. This is the Oxford English Dictionary. So let's go down to the word foundation. So foundation is the lowest part of the building, right? Which supports the weight. So that's what we're talking about. We are talking about foundation. What's your foundation? Is your foundation worth it? Hold on, let me what's in so I can make sure because I look. I like this camera. So yeah. So is your foundation worth it? That's the question. That's the question that you got to ask yourself, right? You just tuned in to Motivational Mondays with Konrad Row. It's every Monday at 12 o'clock, okay? Whether it's 12:04, 12:05, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We on Spotify. We're going to be on iHeartRadio really soon. We on Rumble. We on YouTube. We on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We just hit 5,000 views. You know what I mean? On TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I've been had 5,000. I've been had more than that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about as far as for Motivational Mondays. You know what I'm saying? The views, we definitely hit our 5,000 viewers. Okay, for motivational views, Motivational Monday. So back to what I was saying. So the foundation is the lowest part of the building, which holds the weight for the whole building. So my question to you, Konrad Row is asking, right? My question to you is, what is your foundation? What's your foundation? What is it? Is it, well, because your foundation can be your intention. Your foundation can be something that you believe in, right? I'm not trying to get in your business. You know what I mean? Your foundation could be anything. What is your foundation? And is your foundation worth standing on? Some people, right? Some people, their foundation is not worth standing on. And you can see it. You can see it. Whatever your foundation is, people can see that. They can see your attention. People can see the energy that you're pushing. But I'm not talking about what you're pushing right now. I'm talking about the foundation that you're standing on. Okay, let's put it like this. What about product? Do you believe in your product? Do you believe in what you say? Do you believe it? That's the question. This is the question at hand. Your foundation. How is your approach? What are you approaching? Who the hell is you talking to? That's the question, right? A lot of artists, right? Let me touch on the artist. Right? Let me touch on the artist, right? A lot of artists, right? Listen, if you know that you got some fire music, why are you promoting yourself to other artists? Like what's the point? I'm just asking a question. What's the point? What's the point of promoting yourself to other artists? Are you networking? Huh? Or you just want to be like, yeah, you know, I'm that guy or I'm that girl. Why would you do that? When your goal is to sell records. I'm just saying, right? Now, let's go back to foundation. What's your foundation? What are you standing on? What is the foundation that you're standing on? That's the question I'm trying to jam into your head. What is the foundation that you're standing on? Right? If you take 2 steps forward, can you look back and be like, I'm proud, or I'm happy of my foundation? Some people don't know what their foundation is. I'm gonna tell you what my foundation is. It's unlimited faith. That's my foundation. It's faith. Not because I believe in some shit. It's because that's how I move. Because I know where I came from. I know where I came from. I know where I came from. I came from the trenches. The trenches of Albany. I know where I came from. A lot of motherfuckers don't make it. For real. So I know my foundation. That also has something to do with your character. Have you been avoiding mirrors lately? Have you ever looked yourself in the mirror, Instagram? I'm talking to Instagram. Have you looked yourself in the mirror today? Yesterday? The day before yesterday? Have you accepted who you are as a person? Just a question. It's a question. We're talking about foundation. It says this. It says it in this dictionary, in this version of this dictionary. A foundation, right? It says it right here. Says it right here. The foundation is a noun, and it's the lowest part of the building, which supports the weight, right? Then it also says an underlying basis or reason. So I'm asking you, what is your foundation? What's your foundation? Huh? What's your foundation? So let's start from the bottom of your foundation. Have you looked in the mirror? That's the question. Have you looked in the mirror at yourself? You ever had a conversation with yourself in the mirror? Huh? You ever sat here and was like, how was your day today? You ever looked yourself in the mirror? Just think about it. When you accept yourself, because life does not go from the outside in. It goes from the inside out. That's how the universe works. That's how the universe works. The universe works on whatever you put into the world, it comes back out. That's how it works. So it works from the inside out. It's based on your reality. Everything works based on your reality. Whatever your reality is. That's why some people get to lying. Because they can lie their way through a door. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people, they fake it till they make it. Cool. I mean, if that's what you're into, cool. But eventually, you're going to have to switch it up. Eventually. But let's get back to the foundation. What is your foundation? Are you comfortable with your foundation? Some people may say, oh, well, yeah. Well, Konrad Row, what's your foundation? I just told you it's unlimited faith. The reason why I move like that is because I know where I came from. And you want to know something? You want to know the crazy situation is this, right? The craziest thing. The craziest thing is this, is that ain't nobody give me no opportunity to get to where I at. What, like nobody didn't hear. You know what I'm saying? Which life is not like that. But nobody gave me the hear. Nobody was like, I see what you're doing. I want to do this. No, nobody. 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 No, nobody. Nothing. Nothing. So I had to wiggle my way through. I had to find what I was good at. I had to sit there and figure out. Listen, usually I sell myself. I sell myself and I sell my talents because I know what my foundation is. I understand how valuable I could be to a person or be to somebody. I've been like that ever since I was a young guy. First, I had to believe in myself to get to where I needed to get to. And then that's when I started running into the melodies and the DJ melodies and all these other people. You know what I'm saying? And Rich, Rich down in Harlem. And I started running into all these people who actually gave me a chance. who actually gave me like, all right, you know what, you say you do this, yo, listen, yo, I'm gonna put you right here. And then I was able to, you know, but first I had to fix my energy. I had to fix my foundation. My foundation was teeter-tottering to the left, teeter-tottering to the right. It was just everywhere. But once I fixed that, that's when, and you want to know something? Majority, right? I swear to you, no lie. Majority of my connects came through somebody that I was hanging with, which is kind of crazy. It was like I went through them to get to this person. That's how it was. I swear, that's how it was. Or I just bumped right into it because the way the universe works, it works from the inside out, not the outside in. Whoever said that, the devil is a lie. Like, for real. Whoever said that, they need to sit their ass down somewhere. It works from the inside out. I'm talking about for your life. For your life. Not everybody else's life. Now, when it comes to meeting people, and when it comes to I mean, even matchmaking. If you want to matchmaking, it still comes from the inside out because you draw what you attract. Now, I mean, I think the lady said this on my last live. You draw what you attract. You attract what you draw, what your energy draw, the law of attraction. We talked about that in the last live. But we're talking about your foundation. What's holding you up? My foundation was shaky. It was like, it was shaky. It was like, real talk, I was like this, like that, like that. Like, it was shaky. It was just really shaky. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, though, is that when you fix that energy and you get focused, I tell you what, it ain't nothing on this earth that can stop you but you. Because why? Because you are your true enemy. You your true enemy. The only people that's fighting against you, they're not your enemy. They was just put on this earth to stop you for some odd reason. I don't even know exactly why that would be in the book. They just don't want you to. But your real enemy is not Terrell from down the block that hates your guts. Your real enemy is you. Because you're the only person that can stop you. You're the only person that can get in your way and get in the way. Let's say, for instance, if you ain't got no haters in the way. If you ain't got no haters in the way, right? And you sitting over here like, damn, yo, this ain't happening. Yeah, it's you. Get the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's you. I mean, you the problem. I'm saying this to you because I said this to myself. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So that's why you have to understand your foundation has to be not material. Now, a lot of people say, well, your foundation is, what if I don't have this? Okay, so what if you don't? So what if you don't? Listen, materialistic things does not define a man. What a man does, listen, this is what defines a man. When times get hard, when people start saying no, when you're not getting your way, when people put no type of obstacles, that's what defines a man. That's what defines a person. That's what defines a woman. That's what defines. Listen, anybody who has been great has went through some type of obstacles, and that's what defines who that person is. Like Kaepernick, when he put his knee in the grass. He went through some stuff, but he is a great man because he did that. Think about it. I wonder what his foundation was. Just think about it. Martin Luther King. Real talk. Martin Luther King. People was throwing stuff at him. They was just throwing stuff at him. And actually really hitting him. Spraying with water hose like, I'm going to get this. And he kept walking. He kept walking. Talking about, I had a dream. What type of dream he had? I want to know what type of dream he had. So I can have one of those dreams. The prime example, Malcolm X. He took a picture with an AK in his hand. I mean, I don't know how you can balance that. Like, I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? He took a picture with an AK in his palm. And his words was, by any means necessary. What was he thinking? What was his foundation? What was his foundation? And obviously, if he died for it, obviously, if he died for his foundation, obviously his foundation was worth it. So moving on, right? Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. We're talking about like Joe Montana type stuff. But he wasn't really a runner though. Tom Brady wasn't really a runner though. He was more like a in the pocket type of QB. But what was his foundation? One of the greatest QBs, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. Michael Jordan. A lot of people say that LeBron is better than Michael. That may be true. That may be true. Stats wise. You know, I'm not really a basketball person. You know what I'm saying? But from the outside looking in, hey. But what I will say is, when he was young, when he wore the ones, right? Michael Jordan scored what? I think it was 60. He scored 60. I believe it was 61 points. He scored 61 and he had 8 assists in that game against the Celtics. You know what Larry Bird said? Larry Bird said, I believe I saw Jesus. They was trying to figure out who the fuck Michael Jordan was. He scored 61 points. 60, and he had 8 assists. Coming out of college. What was his foundation? What was his foundation? Steph Curry, one of the best three-pointers in the league. Stand next to Reggie Miller. People like Reggie Miller, people like Will Chamberlain. Will Chamberlain scored 100 points. Majority of them was threes. He wasn't taking it to the hole. He was hitting it from deep. So what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. What is your foundation? What is your foundation? Elon Musk. Now I'm naming people. Elon Musk. Bro, how you buy Twitter, bro? Bro, talk. Think about it. How you buy Twitter? What was his foundation? What was his foundation? I see you tuning in. I see you tuning in Instagram. What was his foundation? What was Elon Musk's foundation? Then he invested in Tesla. All his money came from PayPal because he was one of the owners of PayPal. And then he moved on. This is what I'm saying to you. What is your foundation? You need to know what's your foundation. Your foundation comes from the inside out. It don't come from the outside in. So it do. It comes from the inside out. It don't come from the outside in. Whoever said it comes from the outside in was lying. It comes from the inside out. That's what you believe. That's what you stand on. That's what you say. That's how you walk. It's everything. Everything comes from the inside out. So that means that the enemy is you. The enemy is you. The only real enemy is you. There is no other enemy but you. So let's go back to it. What's your foundation? How are you approaching things? Now, you want to know what I'm guilty of? I'm guilty of approaching things wrong. So since I approach things wrong, certain situations just wasn't for me. But even if it was for me, I couldn't get to it. Because how I approached it. Appearance too. People judge you by your appearance. If you're not dressed the right way, of the biasness, they will have a certain type of biasness against you because of how you dressed, of how you look, of how your hair is, of how you tied it up, of how you walk, of how you carry yourself. This is the biasness that I'm talking about. Your approach, the type of language you use. What type of language are you using? Is your language this? Is your language that? Is your language that? How many languages can you speak? I mean, I can speak about 1 or 2. But that's not enough. I need to be learning more languages. Because you don't know what type of barrier you're going to run into. So I should be learning more. I should hold myself accountable to learn more languages. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Your foundation. What is your foundation? What is your foundation? How you treat people. How you treating people? Is your karma good? Or is your karma bad? When you look up, is your karma good? Nipsey Hussle said it best. He said, what he said? He said self-made tastes better. It does taste better. When you get it out the mud on your own, when you get it out the mud on your own and you want to know something, when you have your foundation right, everything else, right? When you have your foundation right and you got your plan right after that and you start working towards it, that walk becomes a lot more easier. A way lot more easier. That walk becomes a lot more easier for you. Even though you will have obstacles in the way, but it becomes a lot more easier for you when you have that foundation. When you have good foundation. I think the Bible talks about something, about having something, about being good grounded in good soil. It's really good to be grounded in good soil. But that doesn't only applies to religion or what you believe in. That also applies to who you are as a person, being well grounded, well soiled. Like, you ever notice, right? Ask yourself this question, right? A kid that's grounded in what he was taught by his parents. You ever notice something? That child is extremely focused. Or it's either that child is extremely focused or that child is a fuck up. Don't you know it's either one or two. It's either or. It's either they didn't get it, or it's either they got it and they made something, or they didn't get it and then they just fucking up. They just upstate somewhere, in prison somewhere, just regretting, and they mad, and their parents are just mad at them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's good to be grounded. I'm going to say it again. It's good to be grounded. You ever saw a person that's grounded and their parents taught them exactly what they needed to be taught? They either focus or they a fuck up. Either or. There's no in between. Like there's no I don't know. It's either they're doing good or they're a fuck up. It's either one or other. And it shows in their life that they're a fuck up. It shows in their life if they're extremely focused. You know, my parents did their best. They did. They did their best. They did their best. And the one thing that my parents taught me, my mother and my father, both of them, it taught me how to work hard and be consistent. Those are the two things that I got from my parents. I ain't get nothing else from my parents but that. And they took care of me until I was able to take care of myself. That's what my parents did for me. They taught me how to work hard and be consistent. And they took care of me until I was able to take care of myself. Once I was able to take care of myself, I was out the door when I was like 14. Experiencing life, doing all type of stuff. But let me tell you something. By experiencing things, because at first I didn't know what I wanted. I ain't gonna lie. At first I didn't know what I wanted. And this is the truth. At first I did not know what I wanted. I did not know. I didn't know. Real talk. I had to figure it out along the way. I didn't know how to be a man at first. I had to figure it out along the way. I didn't know how to be a father at first. But I had to figure it out along the way. Like real talk. Like I didn't know how to get money. I had to figure that out along the way. I didn't know how to get the bag. I didn't know how to do that. I had to figure it out along the way. I had to figure that out along the way. Some of us is like that. Some of us is grounded, but we just took our own way. Some of us is not grounded. Some of us had to figure it out along the way. So that's why I'm talking about foundation. What is the foundation that you're standing on? Is it worth standing on? If it's not worth standing on, then you got to get a new foundation. I'm talking to you because I was talking to me like that. And I ain't teaching you shit. I ain't no teacher. I'm not your teacher. I'm not trying to teach you anything. It's just a word of encouragement. If you want to hear it, fine. If you don't, cool. We still cool. You know what I'm saying? It's just a word of encouragement. That's it. Foundation. Because I ain't trying to teach you nothing. But it's one thing that you will learn from me, that I am a human being. I'm a human being that understands where I came from. And I know what I want. But it took me to fall in some situations to understand, like, okay, yeah, it's time to do this. This is what I want to do. I see you Instagram popping in and out. I see you. So what I'm saying to you, is this. What is your foundation? What is your foundation? If you don't have maybe you don't have a foundation. Maybe that's what you have to get. Maybe this is what you need to hear. Is a foundation worth standing on? If it's not worth standing on, then you got to get a brand new foundation. That means how you treat people, what you focused on, what's your approach, what's everything. Your foundation also has something to do with who you soul tying with too. Because who you soul tying with can mess up your foundation. Understand that. Understand that. It's not just it's not just you, it's also who you soul tying with too. The energy who you connecting with as far as friends. Who you sharing your energy with also. All that is important. So what's your foundation is the question. What's your attention? If you want to be the best rapper in the world, be the best rapper in the world. But do it right and have a plan. But what's your foundation on that? What's your foundation on that? Are you a good entertainer or are you just a good rapper? You have to figure out what's your foundation. Because once you figure out your foundation, then you figure out you. And once you figure out you, then you can figure out the game. And once you figure out the game, that means what? It's checkmate. Then you can play the game how you please. But first, you must figure out your foundation. You can't figure out the game and then try to go through it once you figure it out. No. You have to figure you out first. Once you figure you out first, then you learn the game. Once you learn the game, then it's checkmate. Then you can play the game how you want to play it. The game will always remain the same. It's just you. It's just the players that change, but the game will always remain the same. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So you have to get it. You got to understand what's up. You got to understand what's up, yo. What's your foundation? Is your foundation worth it? If it's not worth it, then you got to get a whole brand new foundation. If you know you got bad habits, why wouldn't you prepare for that? Your strengths, your weaknesses, yeah, I don't know. Like those are the things that I'm talking about. Those are the things that I'm talking about. This is what you want. This is what you want. You want to know about your foundation. Now somebody be like, what the hell is he talking about when he talk about foundation? What is Konrad Row talking about? When I say foundation, this is what I mean. Go to the Oxford Dictionary. Right. Say the lowest part of the building which supports the weight. The action of founding something. You. I'm talking about you. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. Uno. You. I'm talking about you. What is your foundation? Ask yourself that question. And also I want you to say to yourself, is your foundation worth standing on? After that, I want you to say, third, right? Is the product worth it? Is the product worth fighting for? Is the product worth going through all that mess for? Can you look confidently in the mirror at a product that you created and be like, is this worth it? This is what I'm saying to you. What is your foundation? And is your foundation worth it? But, what time is it? So, hold on. Okay. All right. Yo, so you just tuned to another episode of Confidential. Presents Motivational Mondays. Motivational Monday is every Monday, 12 o'clock. Okay? So, I see y'all next time, next Monday. For the people who keep chiming in and out, thank you for the support. We didn't hit 5,000 views on Motivational Monday. We got a lot of views coming in from YouTube too. We're on Spotify. You could definitely become a member of the motivational, the Unlimited Faith group on Facebook. The Unlimited shirts, they'll be out January 2024 for the new year. So I got the membership cards available on hand. I can mail them to you. I can ship them to you. It's all up to you. You know what I'm saying? Tour start January 2024. You know what I mean? So, with all that being said, I see y'all next Monday around the same time. Peace.